Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who unboxing video. Yesterday I am unboxing the Daleks in Colour Steelbook. Now this is released on Monday, I think the 19th of February. So the way this is going to work, we're going to take a look at the packaging, give you my thoughts on the Daleks in Colour, and then do a Doctor Who Steelbook lineup showing you all the Doctor Who Steelbooks that have been released so far in the line. So without further ado, let's begin the unboxing of the Daleks in Colour. This is a bit deja vu, as it were, unboxing the Daleks in Colour, because we've had the two Peter Cushing Dalek films be released in Steelbook. Now we've got the old Doctor Who telly version, which is great. Well, I say telly version, it's a cut down version, but I guess it was broadcast on BBC4, so it counts. So we are in to the actual Steelbook. So if we can get it out and remove the cardboard sleeve, we can see the back of the Steelbook there. So here is the Daleks in Colour removed from its cellophane prison. So let's take a look at the presentation of this release. So the cover art, you might be thinking it's quite basic, and yeah, I think that this cover is quite basic, and I think it is a lot better than the DVD and Blu-ray artwork, which I'm sure we will talk about because, you know, the discs probably use the same artwork. So I'm sure we'll have a closer look at that disc art. So the actual cover art, so we've got this nice sort of howl around sort of vortex and this sort of nice sort of vibrant colours, which, you know, really does pop when you catch it in the light. We've got a singular Dalek there. It's quite a simplistic cover, and I think it's quite effective, you know, compared to other sort of Steelbooks. You know, it's quite simple. It very much reminds me of the Power of the Daleks Steelbook. But yeah, I guess it does exactly what it says on the tin, really. It's a Dalek, it's in colour, with some nice sort of vibrant 60s sort of pattern in the background. So if we take a look at the side, so we've got the Doctor Who logo there, Daleks in colour, and the back there, so we've got sort of the little bit of info there. Moving the J card, we can see the clean artwork, so we've got the Dalek there missing its fender, but hey, it's got a nice sort of cosmic skirt section, I guess, so it makes up for it, really. So the back of the Steelbook, we've got our intrepid TARDIS crew there in the howl around there as they travel through time and space, which is quite nice actually, to get that sort of vortex around the TARDIS console. I guess that's how the TARDIS probably would have travelled in season 7 in Inferno, really. But yeah, very nice sort of artwork, simple, using sort of a promo image with a nice sort of 60s vortex pattern around it. So let's open up the Steelbook, and there we go. That is the artwork I was on about. Yeah, the Daleks inside the TARDIS console room, using this sort of two sort of stills we got of this release before it was showed on television, and they just sort of incorporated it in one bit of artwork. And this artwork reminds me very much of sort of the in-house BBC audios that they do. But yeah, you've got sort of awkwardly cropped Daleks there. So disc 1 is your main feature, the Daleks in colour and the making of, and disc 2 is the 7-part black and white version, so you get to experience the full story if you've not seen it. I believe that this is just a straight copy of the Daleks version in the actual beginnings box. As you can see, it's a DVD. They've not remastered it or upscaled it to Blu-ray. It is just what you get on the Daleks DVD in the beginning set. You're essentially getting this, so you're essentially paying for the Daleks in colour, which, you know, it's a nice little bonus to have the 7-part version there. So, you know, if you are a purist, you've got the 7-part version there if you want so much. The leaflet. Taking a look at the leaflet now, so I take it this is going to be a little promo for other things. So we've got promo for Doctor Who Big Finish. So it's interesting that they're sort of doing Christmas audio. So I guess this probably was meant to come out sort of December, but it was pushed back to February. We've got Doctor Who comics, and we've got Doctor Who on audio. And this is what I mean, it's got very sort of in-house sort of BBC audio vibes, that sort of cover does, doesn't it? For Daleks in colour, they've got Doctor Who on vinyl, Church on Ruby Road book, and I take it we're going to have Target novelisation for the 60th. So we've got the Escape Room, Decades Collection, Doctor Who magazine and the TARDIS pin set and Doctor Who. So that is basically the Daleks in colour steelbook. I'll give you my little quick thoughts on the actual sort of thing, I guess, the colorization. I think the colorization was great. I think that it's always sort of quite fascinating to see sort of recolorized clips, and I think that it was done really tastefully, and I think the actual colorization, I can't really fault it. I think the editing is where the story sort of comes down to it, because I think the first sort of 3/4 of it are really solid, and then it's kind of like the old sort of Doctor Who omnibuses where it's like, we've not got much time left, so we better sort of chop and change a lot of things. And yeah, it's okay. I think that it's a new way of experiencing the story. It's never going to be the definitive version, because you know that is always going to be the 7-part version, and we've got the Peter Cushing version as well. So there are so many iterations of this. You know, the Doctor Who: An Exciting Adventure with the Daleks is another version. So we've got quite a few versions of this story. I think that it's a great, neat way of letting people experience 60s Doctor Who haven't experienced the first 2 Doctors. I think it's a great way of sort of being a gateway to going, hey, these are the first 2 Doctors that kick-started it all off, and giving younger fans a chance to experience that. Or, you know, I know black and white isn't for everyone, so it's a way of letting people appreciate the work of these actors and the pure imagination of 1960s Doctor Who. So let's take a look at the actual steelbook lineup, and then we will do my closing thoughts. So here is the Doctor Who steelbook lineup. So here is the Daleks in colour. I've not put it in a steelbook protector just yet, so you can just get an idea. So we've got the Zavi Peter Cushing films, and we've got the 4K Peter Cushing films. Then we have Daleks in colour, Galaxy 4, Power of the Daleks, The Underwater Menace, the Macra Terror, Faceless Ones, Evil of the Daleks, The Abominable Snowmen, Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, Spared from Space, Shada, and then of course the complete modern series in steelbook form right up until the 60th anniversary. So that is what a UK Doctor Who steelbook collection looks like. So yeah, very satisfying, and it's great to see the steelbook line continue and flourish, and I'm sure we'll have a few more to add with the upcoming animation of the Celestial Toymaker, and of course whatever Doctor Who in colour begins next, whether that's the War Games, Tomb of the Cybermen, or whatever. But yeah, it's all very exciting. So there we have it, the Daleks in colour in the steelbook collection. So there we have it. That has been my quick little unboxing of Doctor Who: The Daleks in colour, the steelbook release. Let me know your thoughts on this release. I think that, like I say, it's sort of not the definitive version of the Daleks. You know, we still have the 7-part version. It's just a great way of having a new way of experiencing stories that we've seen a million times, and put a new little spin on them, really. And I think that if you're strapped for time and you want to watch the original Dalek stories and you don't have time for all 7 episodes, then this is a fine little version for it. I think that it's a great little proof of concept. You know, the colorization, like I say, is brilliant. The music works in part, but it doesn't really capture the atmosphere what the Daleks has. But I think that it's a valiant attempt, and like I say, it's very much proof of concept for future colorizations. And I think the thing that was quite exciting is seeing the sort of upcoming adventures of Doctor Who, of 1960s Doctor Who in colour. I think that was very exciting, and seeing a little glimpse of what future projects we could see in the future ultimately. So yeah, that's been my little unboxing of the Daleks in colour. So let me know your thoughts on the Daleks in colour, whether you're picking this release up, and I'll see you next time for more Doctor Who related shenanigans. So thank you very much, and bye bye.